Alright, now, since this is WrestleMania week, gonna be doing a lot of this, since a lot of you fuckers in here don't post your feelings or what thrives you or what moves you in life, what inspires you. Professional wrestling inspires me, and I don't care what any of you fucks think about it. I get captivated by a certain superstar diva. I hate the word diva, by the way. Female wrestler. And my life becomes intertwined with theirs. Like, my reality meets their kayfabe, and fans like me, we get so invested in these characters. We get so consumed and captivated by the roles they play because we can either relate to them or they just steal our hearts for whatever reason. I have a point here and I'll get to it. Daniel Bryan is one of them captivating, heart-stealing, overwhelming, blood-pulsing through other people characters that I speak about on mostly a daily basis. Bryan Danielson, which is his real name, he did what he loved for a little over 15 years, and the man never really complained, never made excuses, never criticized anybody. He just showed up and did what he loved year after year. And fans like me, we became excited to watch him. We grew captivated by this goat-faced, soft-spoken looking figure with the movement of a single hand motion in one word. Yes, yes, yes. Took over the globe. What started as a little movement turned into a worldwide revolution. You heard people in basketball arenas, football stadiums, hell, arts and crafts festivals. Everybody all over the fucking world was part of the Yes movement. It became a global phenomenon. And Daniel Bryan was the type of guy, not only in wrestling but in real life, he never took credit for anything. He thanked his co-workers and those of us who live and breathe for this like they do for his success. And that's not true. There would have been no Yes movement without Daniel Bryan. There would have been no Miracle on Bourbon Street at WrestleMania 30 without Daniel Bryan. There would have been no Impossible Dream without Daniel Bryan. There would have been no Tragedy Turns into Triumph story without Daniel Bryan. He has one of my, if not my all-time favorite moments at WrestleMania when he captured the title in New Orleans. And for those of you that don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, go on YouTube and look up Daniel Bryan. Or Bryan Danielson, his real name and the name he went by in ROH and PWG. I watched the Thank You Daniel video last night, the documentary on the WWE Network. And I must say, I did a pretty good job of holding my tears back until Brie Bella, who those of you who aren't into wrestling would know better as Brianna Garcia, came out to the ring. What made that special was because Brianna and Bryan are married in real life. And in that moment, entertainment became reality. Pro wrestling, the kayfabe that is pro wrestling, met the real world. And it was an incredible moment. And you just knew that how much them two have been through together. When she came through that curtain clapping and wrapped her arms around him and kissed him, That's when us fans knew this is it. This is one of our heroes is done. And that's what you got to understand. Why people like me love this so much is because they do put their bodies on the line. We get so invested in them, and boom, Adam Copeland, Edge, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels. List goes on and on and on of guys who had to end their career too soon. You know, well, Shawn wasn't all that young, but still, neither was Steve. But still careers that ended a little soon. Uh, you know, it's part of the game. You take risk. People say, "Oh yeah, they don't throw real punches." Yeah, well they take real landings on it. You never learn how to fall, especially off of a top turnbuckle or a ladder or steel cage or a 20-foot steel cage. That's not something you learn to do. Like you can't learn how to fall correctly. You can't learn how to land from some of these moves. So I mean, you can practice it, but injuries happen at any minute. The point is, I knew Daniel went through a lot, and especially in the past 2 years, he went through enough to get where he was. All the man wanted to do was main event WrestleMania, and he did. But what a road he had to WrestleMania 30 and after. 2013, the original stemming of his injury, he did what he said made him feel like a superhero, and in our hearts made him look like a superhero when he did his diving headbutt through the ring ropes and onto the floor of the arena. He got sidestepped by his one opponent one night and pushed into the barricade, and his neck jammed up. And ever since, it's been a whirlwind. But he went on to WrestleMania 30 and captured the impossible dream. 2 days before that, he married the love of his life, Brianna Garcia. In the celebration on Raw that Monday, everything just, the man had, you could see, it was the happiest weeks of his life. And then that happiness turned tragedy, just like that. 2 Mondays later, his father passed away, unexpectedly. 2 days after that, he lost one of his best friends that he gained from the professional wrestling business, Connor the Crusher, who was a 5-year-old that suffered from cancer. A week later, he was told he needed neck surgery and he might never wrestle again. In 2015, at the Royal Rumble, Daniel Bryan came back. And he came back on a mission. And us fans, we didn't forget him. He showed up at WrestleMania for a ladder match for the Intercontinental title. And WrestleMania became Yeselmania again. 70,000 fans and millions at home, including myself, blew the roof off that bitch. Just to let him know, we will never forget you. And you are in our hearts. And once again, he made magic happen. He captured the Intercontinental title. But unfortunately, that very same week, that the pursuing week on SmackDown, he had suffered a concussion. And that was it. It came out that he had had seizures while suffering from concussion-like symptoms. And that was it. Daniel Bryan gave a lot of thanks to his competitors and his surroundings, us fans. He said how grateful he was that he got to do this each and every day. He said how grateful he was for guys like Glenn Jacobs, Kane, for guys like Seth Rollins, Colby Lopez, guys like Kevin Steen, guys that he had got into the business with that reached the same point that he is at and got to the big stage. how gratifying that was, and how gratifying it was that we, each and every week, never let him feel forgotten. Every week, whether he was there or not, with our fingers in the air, screaming yes at the top of our lungs. Sorry. I'll never forget him. And I know he's not dead, but you just don't understand when you idolize somebody like that. It's not easy watching them leave. And I can't say enough great things about Daniel Bryan, and what a privilege it was watching the technical expertise that was Bryan Danielson each and every week in that fucking ring. Like I said, my profile picture with my hands in the air, that's my temple, that's my church. That ring behind me is my church. Well, Daniel Bryan was the God in that church. You're grateful for a lot of things, Daniel. And even though you'll probably never see this video, I just want to say, no, we're grateful. You thanked us for making you who you are. No, thank you for giving us someone and something to believe in. Thank you, Bryan Danielson. And whatever your next journey leads to, I hope it leads to health, happiness, and lots of children for you and Brianna. God bless you, man.